And then he says, there was so much to look forward to now. He and Anne could begin to plan now. So we get this other girl, Anne. Yeah, Miriam is clearly a bad memory for this guy. For Guy, his name is Guy. For Guy, Miriam is a bad memory, but Anne is his new love, okay? And so he and Anne could begin to plan now. Now we get the sentence, for over a year, he had been waiting for something to happen. And I really want you to notice the signal words, for plus period of time, yeah? For over a year. When you see the word for, that's a signal that you need a perfect tense. I have been waiting for half an hour. I have been teaching English for 20 years, yeah? But in narrative tenses, and we're in a narrative, clearly this is earlier than the events from the train. For over a year before the train journey, for over a year, he had been waiting for something to happen. Okay, so you can see that these signal words, they're very useful, and you will see them in literature when you look at how these tenses are being used. Yeah, so look out for signal words, they're so important. For over a year, he had been waiting for something to happen. He felt a pleasant explosion of happiness and relaxed. That's on the train, yeah? So he felt on the train a pleasant explosion of happiness, and he felt that because he started thinking about Anne. Yeah, he felt a pleasant explosion of happiness and he relaxed while he was on the train. And then it says, for the last 3 years, look, there's another signal. For the last 3 years, he had been waiting for this to happen. So it repeats a very similar sentence. For over a year, he had been waiting for something like this to happen. He felt a pleasant explosion of happiness because he was thinking about his love, Anne, and he relaxed. For the last 3 years, he had been waiting to meet someone like Anne, I assume, yeah, something like that. Okay, and so please look out for the signal words. They're so important and they make tenses a lot easier. Now, another perfect form that you see very often in chapter 1 is modal perfect. And I mean could have bought, I mean might have been, I mean might have been, might have been focused, might have come, might have been, there's a lot of might have been, might have asked, might have missed, must have had, yeah, and could have happened. Yeah, they're all modal perfect. And we use past modals to speculate about what might have happened in the past if things had been different, yeah? And so Guy thought to himself that he could have bought a divorce. And by the way, I think nowadays we say could have got a divorce or could have filed for a divorce. We put it like that rather than buy a divorce. It seems to me we don't often say buy a divorce nowadays. But it does in the book, so he could have bought a divorce earlier, but he had never amassed, yeah, he hadn't ever amassed that much spare money. Notice that all of this is about before the train. And that's why we use the past perfect, hadn't ever amassed, yeah? This is all referring to events before the train. He could have bought a divorce before he got on the train, yeah? Long time before he got on the train, but he hadn't ever amassed enough spare money, yeah? And by the way, you do amass money, that's a good collocation, meaning accumulate money, yeah? So he had never accumulated enough spare money to get a divorce, and that's why he didn't get a divorce. That's why he still isn't divorced from Miriam, yeah? So he could have bought a divorce from Miriam, but he hadn't ever amassed that much spare money. The guy, and here we're talking about Bruno. Now, Bruno is the other stranger on a train. Yeah, they seem to meet each other and they don't seem to get on particularly well, although Bruno seems to like Guy, it seems to me, more than Guy likes Bruno. That's how it seemed to me anyway. And this other stranger, Bruno, might have been slightly drunk. Yeah, when Guy first sees him, he realises that he might have been, meaning he might have got, yeah, he might have got slightly